All right, today on 9mm Ridge, we have the actual GlOCK Gen 19. Actually, no, not Gen 19. This is the GlOCK 19 Gen 5. And we have the brand new RUGER XRM, which is basically a GlOCK. Essentially, it's a full-blown GlOCK based off the Gen 3 GlOCK design, but it's fully modular. Grips are able to be switched out to all sorts of different grips coming up in the future. They don't have a lot yet, just a different color on their website, but you can switch these out to smaller, larger. And that's the cool thing about this gun, is it's fully modular. The gun is actually the little inset, the fire control insert that sits down in the frame, and you can switch it from grip to grip, which is really cool. And then it also has a fully modular optics mounting system, so you can get your sights fully all the way down to that slide right there, and your red dot and your actual sights will line up. And speaking of sights, this RUGER has great sights. It has a front white circle sight with a tritium insert and then a blacked out rear on the back, which I really like that. And the GlOCK just has, well, GlOCK sights. This is the basic GlOCK. These things come in around 629 bucks. Has plastic sights with the, the little square football thing in the back and then the little white dot in the front. But these shoot really great. So we're gonna compare, see which one actually shoots the best, because I really like the grip angle on this RUGER RXM. I mean, this thing comes in MSRP at $499. GlOCK comes in around $630. But you can find the RUGER RXM for like $399, and you can find these for about $600 at the cheapest for this Gen 5 version. So let's shoot this RUGER. Feels really good. Trigger and then the grip angle on this thing, having that kind of like a 1911 style grip angle. I just really like how it points. Yeah, shoots really well actually. It doesn't have the same like little double recoil spring like the GlOCK. I think this one has just a tad less recoil, but I'm pretty sure you could probably upgrade that, give you a little bit less recoil in this RUGER RXM. So far has grown on me a lot because I really like the grip, the way it feels, not only just the angle, but that tiny little ledge. Magpul did a great job of just kind of carving that out right there, carving it out where your mag release is right there. It just feels really good when you're holding it, because I can put my thumb on the side of that ledge right there, and it just kind of helps maintain recoil. Let's try out the GlOCK. I know, just the standard boring old GlOCK, but you know why these things are so trusted is because they've been around for years and they've been so stinking reliable for years. They haven't done much improvements on it, but I think this is probably what they should have done, and RUGER and Magpul totally beat them to it, which is great. And it's a lot cheaper too. But let's shoot this GlOCK Gen 5. My fingers are freezing up again. It's always cold where I live, but this is called the GlOCK Gen 19 MOS. So this is their modular optics system. So it's, in my opinion, it's not really that modular because you have to put a plate on it, versus the RUGER, you do not have to put a plate on there. So it comes with one plate, which mounts like the Trijicon and the Holliston style of footprints, which is fine, but your sights and your red dot are not going to line up using that plate. A lot of people have to send their slides out, get them milled so they can fit their specific optic without that stupid plate on there. Let's bring in another GlOCK knockoff. We're going to check that out. All right, guys, now we have the black Rain Ordinance. So this is also based off of GlOCK's Gen 3 design. It's basically exactly the same thing, but this is a little bit fancier. It's got a ported barrel in the front to help reduce recoil, and then it also has a nice tritium insert and then an orange circle around it, and then a blacked out rear. And it shoots okay, but these come in around 600 bucks versus the RUGER, again, beats all the prices, and I really think this is probably the best GlOCK knockoff out there because it just feels good, it shoots well. I have a couple thousand rounds through it so far, and it's been flawless. I really like the way that grip angle is. But this black Rain Ordinance is around $600 roughly. And actually, this one came with the pistol safe as a little special promo. But let's shoot this one again. It shoots okay. It's kind of loud because of the porting. I don't think it shoots as good as the RUGER or the GlOCK, and it's about the same price as the GlOCK. Let's see how it feels. The ejection on it seems a little bit funky too. That kind of shoots up, and I don't know what's going on with that. It shoots okay. It doesn't have very much recoil. It's actually kind of similar. Even with that porting on there, it feels like identical to like the RUGER or the Gen, I keep saying Gen 19, the GlOCK 19 Gen 5 feels very similar. But let's shoot this RUGER again. Let's swap these out here. So this has pretty much the same slide release as the GlOCK. That's another thing I like about this Ruger, is that it's kind of a little bit more sticking out. So they have it slanted down and up. I really like the way that feels better compared to the GlOCK or this like black Rain Ordinance. It just feels really good. Everything they did, they thought out really well on this new GlOCK. No, the new RXM. It just feels really awesome. All right. My finger, I can't even feel my finger, so I'm trying to predict shots, and then yeah, I'm doing okay, not too bad. But yeah, this Ruger feels great. Honestly, I really love the way this feels over this. Is definitely a huge improvement. This thing just feels, this black Rain Ordinance just feels really lightweight, and I don't know what's funky about it. It just doesn't feel as good as this cheaper gun, which is great because Ruger and Magpul are very reputable companies. I'm glad they teamed up to make such a great offering and at a good value too. But let's shoot that GlOCK Gen 19. GlOCK Gen 19, no, GlOCK Gen 5 19. Be right back. All right, now we got the Ruger back out, and I got my hands warmed up so I can actually shoot these things good. But I wanted to do just a little bit more comparison with these two. I got a couple more mags, but look at the size. The size is identical, just the grip's a little bit different. It's not as it's a little different than like the old Gen 3, because this is the Gen 5, and this is essentially the Gen 3 from GlOCK, but now made by a bazillion different companies. And now Ruger and Magpul make this beauty right here, and I actually really like this a lot. It's been really growing on me, and it's been an excellent firearm. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think I'd like the GlOCK 19. I've never actually shot one very much, just a little bit here and there. But I got the Ruger, and I'm like, you know, this actually feels good. I like the grip angle. I like the cuts on it. Like the work, even like this. Like when you eject your mag, it has that little indentation right there. Versus on the GlOCK, it kind of just has it pushed up. I like a lot of those little things about this Ruger RXM. But all right, let's see if we can do some double tapping here. Yeah, shoots really great, not much recoil, but just feels excellent. It's small enough to conceal, large enough to be used as like a duty gun or a home defense gun, and it's a really great option. Probably one of the best budget guns out there for 2024, besides like the Canik MC9LS and like the Taurus GX4 carry. All right, let's switch these around here. Let's see how well this GlOCK shoots. I was actually surprised with that new spring technology. I think it started in the Gen 4. They shoot really well. They don't have that much recoil for the size of these little compact guns. But all right, here we go. They both feel really great, but honestly, for the price, this thing shoots about exactly the same as this Gen 5 GlOCK. Has a way better modular optic system. Like, you can literally mount any kind of optic you want on here. Has little pins that go inside, and you can just adjust it with those pins, and then it just sits perfect. And on top of that, you have better sights than the GlOCK, because these are plastic, these are metal. You'd have to upgrade these if you wanted something nicer. So this is 630 bucks. This one I paid 430 bucks. I mean, that's a $200 difference, and it shoots exactly the same in my book. I mean, that's with about 2,000 rounds through it, so I know it's a good gun. So far, so good. And the GlOCK is also a good gun, but man, guys, for the price, if you already have a GlOCK and just want to add to your GlOCK collection, essentially, because this is a GlOCK. Oh yeah, and it does have like the flared magwell, just a nice tapered out magwell for easy insert right there, which is really kind of cool. Same with the GlOCK Gen 5. It also has that kind of tapered out section too. Not as much as the Ruger RXM though. But let's try out this Ruger again. All right, rack's nice. All right, here we go. A lot of fun, man. I really like that mag release there. It just feels so much better than the GlOCK or that Ordnance or Black Ordnance gun as well. And the trigger is a little bit more flat, so I like that. Has a little bit more of a flat face trigger. Great break, similar to the GlOCK. It's about 3.5, 4 pounds. Good reset as well. So I like that quite a bit. Let's switch out to the GlOCK, test out that GlOCK trigger. So the GlOCK trigger is going to have more of an angle to it, kind of a circle, and it doesn't feel bad at all. Let's feel that. and yeah, it breaks a little bit further back. And reset, about the same. They're both good triggers. They're both right around that 4-pound range, which is perfect for concealed carry. That's what you kind of want. You don't want anything too light because then it's a little bit too touchy. And then internal safeties are exactly the same. They're both going to have that trigger blade safety, internal safety. So they're both great guns for, you know, safety. It's not going to go off in your holster or anything. All right, here we go. We're going to use the GlOCK Gen 5 19. Here we go. Definitely easier to shoot when my fingers aren't completely frozen, but yeah, there's a great little comparison there for you. Let's see here. There we go, side by side. Let's close that slide up. Exactly the same size and grip height, everything's exactly the same. And then checking out the back there, exactly the same. And then one thing I do like, it's a little bit more tapered on the front here, like that, and it's a little bit tapered along the top. But it fits any GlOCK holster, which is great. Like this is the Gen 4 GlOCK holster, which is awesome. So it'll take any GlOCK magazine, Magpul magazine, and it's just a good gun for the money. And then GlOCK 19, guys, you really can't go wrong with that either. If you're not a GlOCK fan, oh well, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be. There's a bazillion choices out there nowadays. Lots of good ones. But that was my comparison on the Ruger RXM versus the GlOCK 19. And if you are new to 9mm Ridge, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. And I love you guys. Stay safe. Keep on shooting. Have a great day.